Right.
A simp.
A simp.
They would have called him Sneeko. Listen, Just Lonely Things over here, okay, without her man, okay, is telling you to wait lonely by yourself years for a husband who not coming home. What?
As y'all can see, we got an Ab and Preach reaction here today. They came after Just Pearls. What they got to say about this woman? They said the title of this video is Just Pearly Things is a Potato. You should stay in the marriage even if your partner leaves? What does that mean? We're gonna find out. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Today, I am going to be reacting to Ab and Preach's hit piece on me.
When you have a house, there's a lot of chores. There's a lot of shit to do around the house. A lot. And she works all day bringing that paper, that stack. And then she goes home and she still got to do some work. It's gonna take a toll. And she doesn't feel like it's separated at work. Like she doesn't feel like the work is equally separated at home. It's gonna be a burden. It's definitely going to be a burden.
And see, like, this is the thing. A lot of these reaction channels will try to nitpick, and they'll be like, well, if she's working, the chores are going to be hard. Guys, marriage is supposed to be hard. And I've told this story, like, many times on my channel, so I'm just going to tell it again. There's a relative of mine, and...
Pause. She said marriage is supposed to be hard. I don't think that's correct. I think a better statement would be marriage can be hard. It's not supposed to be hard, though.
This relative was married for 50 years, and this woman did not believe in divorce. Like, it was just not an option in her book. And her husband actually left the family for another woman, and she prayed to God for a solution, because that was her belief. She did not believe in she did not believe in divorce. So her husband leaves, and the side chick died. He came home, and she didn't throw it over his head. She asked where they went wrong in the marriage and how they could fix it. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of times people in our generation are so quick to throw in the towel. Like,
wait, what? Yo, he wouldn't have came home had his side chick died. What?
People used to have their husbands go to war.
Is your idea of commitment staying married until death do us part to somebody who left you for another person?
Right.
What? Fellas, if your wife leaves you for another woman and tries to get married with that person, and they're together for a long time, and then the other man dies, and she try to come back, are you a great husband for waiting? But you expect the woman to do that.
They would have called that man a whole cuck.
Right.
A simp.
A simp.
They would have called him Sneeko. Listen, Just Lonely Things over here, okay, without her man, okay, is telling you to wait lonely by yourself years for a husband who not coming home. What?
Work all day, you have to go home, then you have to cook. Yeah, you have to cook.
My man's called Her Just Lonely Things. No.
Then you have to clean. Then you have to put the kids to bed. Then you have to.
But do you hear how spoiled we are? Do you hear how spoiled this sounds? Like, people used to get divorced for real reasons, like the death of a child. You know, my husband's mistress. And now it's because you're frustrated over a messy house.
But after a couple of weeks, it's really fast for you to be drained. You figure to yourself, why not drain?
But that's a choice. You can allow it to drain you, or you cannot.
Just keep it rolling.
Just said, you're drained? That's a choice. You think being physically exhausted is a choice?
Right.
You think somebody working 2 jobs, coming home late at night, goes right to bed, doesn't cook or do dishes, do you think that's a fucking choice? Hey, everybody right now who's struggling and who's really feeling tired because you got multiple jobs, it's because you choose to be exhausted.
You know, I lived with all different types of people, I swear. I always had different roommates in college. And it really is a choice at the end of the day. And I grew up with 9 siblings, 9. I'm telling you, shit can be worked out.
This is coming from a girl who grew up in a mansion and has daddy pay all her bills.
Yo, if there's 9 siblings in the house, let me say this right quick. There's 9 siblings in the house. What happens with kids is they construct their own little society, a little community. So what typically happens, if you're not living in a house where you have maids that's taking care of everything for you, the kids end up taking care of themselves. And this typically happens when there's 2 or more kids in the household. The kids look after one another. They take the load, the burden off of the parents' shoulders a great deal.
She's trying to tell you guys where physical exhaustion comes from. One of the most fucking privileged people in America is telling you physical exhaustion is in your brain. You're imagining it.
Again, I'm not really attacking like what he's saying. It's more of the mindset behind it.
relationship is.
I mean, and for a guy that's big on stats, okay, this is the stat man. Because again, number 2, right? So I feel like most opinions will come from lived real world experience. Second thing is studies. When you're not sure, you look at studies. I'm going to read this. This is from CBS News, all right? Does the sight of men doing traditional female chores turn women off? A new study suggests that the more time men spend on household tasks, the less sex they have. Our findings suggest the importance of socialized gender roles for sexual frequencies in heterosexual marriage. Lead author Sarbino Corch, junior researcher at the Center for Advanced Studies at the Juan March Institute in Madrid.
That study is weird. That study almost don't even sound real.
Said in a press release, couples in which men participate in more household work typically done by women report having sex less frequently. Similarly, couples in which men participate more in traditionally masculine tasks, such as yard work, paying bills, and auto maintenance, report higher sexual frequency. This study was published in the February edition of the American Sociological Review. Surveyed 4,500 heterosexual married couples from 1992 to 1994. The average age for the men was 46 and the women 44. Now, the study backs me up. I'm just,
Men can improve their sex lives by doing more household chores. Study. Yes, couples who share chores have more sex. Here we go. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family in August has found that among couples who share their chores more evenly, there is more sexual gratification. In fact, they say researchers, the only couples reporting having more sex than their forebears did are those who are both getting busy with the household duties. Why do chores change anything? Here we go.
See, now this actually sounds more legit. This sounds like a real study.
The evidence shows that men do a greater share of household chores, share of household work. Women's perception of the relationship, fairness, and satisfaction are greater. Listen, anybody who's dated women, and this is why I say she's a child who has no real life experience. Anybody who's been in a relationship knows, bro, when you do something for your girl, the girl wants to you way more. Simple. You go pick her up from a spot. You bring her food when she least expect it. You clean before she even get back. She wants to even more. Why? Because you make life easier. It's the same thing for dudes. Like, yo, when my girl make me food, you best believe I'm looking, hey, you sexy motherfucker with that spatula in your hand. Let's replace that with some D, right? I remember one time my girl, I just came, she'd already folded all my clothes that I never even asked her to do. She was staying over the weekend. She folded when I wasn't even looking. Yo, best believe I beat that up, gave her another reason to do some laundry. But Just Lonely Things over here wouldn't know that. Even though she's a nerd who says, the studies back me up. You have selective hearing. You have selective reading. You look for studies that back up your claim, not looking for anything else.
Right.
Nobody takes one singular study and thinks that's real.
Correct.
You have to do,
just like I said, that study didn't even seem real to me.
Dozens of studies.
Right.
Other researchers have to take your studies and back up that data and see if it changes based off location,
Correct.
if it's double blind, everything like that. Reading a single study doesn't make you smart. It doesn't mean you're right. It just means there's evidence that, hey, this theory might be true. But you need to test that theory. This is why I say this girl's a grifter and an idiot. And she doesn't know how to read studies, even though she cites them often. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's a goober. Her pulling up studies like this in a disingenuous manner as if she's done her research, she hasn't. You know what she did? She went on Google. She went to imright.com, and that's it. We got a past, according to her words, a past prime 26-year-old who's not married, not dating, doesn't know how to dress, doesn't know how to groom herself, talking about she want to run wife school and teach people how to be eligible for marriage. Don't know what the talking about, and she don't know how to walk the walk. Because I ain't never seen no dude say this girl's marriageable or they'd want to. This girl's everything she preaches against.
24 hours, you work 18. It's a place where I'm supposed to rest. I don't feel like I'm rested. I feel like I'm always doing the job. Not only
But see, listen to him talk. Me before the family. Me first. I'm this, I'm that. But what about your kid? What about the children? And this is the problem with a lot of these reaction and like commentary channels is, they look at it with a me perspective instead of the family first.
I'm coming back home and I still gotta work. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a problem. And motherfuckers are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna get me someone that's actually a partner.
Like a lot of times women will keep score, but we don't talk about what the men do. It's always about all we do for them, but a lot of times women don't even realize how much men do for us. And I'll give you guys an example. Okay, when I was younger, my dad, he worked a lot. And it was actually really hard for me when I was younger because he would go to India for like weeks at a time. I remember there was a time in like my childhood where I questioned, like, you know, if my dad loved me. And I was like, but mom, he's gone or whatever. And she's like, you just got out of volleyball. What did he do? He pulled the car up for you. Oh, he just took your bags to the car. He pays for this. He pays for that. Like, and she just, oh my gosh, she humbled me so hard. I think this is common with women where we don't see a lot of times like the stuff that men do for us day to day because we don't notice it. And we just start counting and keeping score of all the stuff we do for them instead of looking at what they do for us. But again, this goes back into the problem with the culture is it's me before the family.
If your dad was gone for half a year in India and came back home and the children was dirty and the house was dirty, he would have left that girl. But your mom was doing some shit. Chores. Your mom was taking care of y'all and humbling your ass. Chores. Your mom was feeding you, but if your dad, after going for half the year in India, coming back, none of y'all motherfuckers was fed, none of y'all was having clean clothes, and the house was not clean, he would have been like, well, I gotta do this shit too. While I'm in India, I gotta come back. And the chores would have killed that motherfucking marriage. But your mama was there doing the thing. A big ass burden to someone when they come back home and they want to commit divorce. You got that right.
Yeah, I think the only way you could ever think that is if you haven't ever lived with anyone and if you haven't lived with a significant other. That's the only way you could talk like that. Hell, roommates. Forget a significant other. Y'all ever live with roommates? And
see, this is the thing. Like, they go into personal attacks. So now they're trying to insinuate I've never lived with the guy. They're trying to insinuate I've never had roommates, which it's actually funny because I grew up with 9 siblings. Like, 9. Who's lived with more personalities than me?
No, we're playing. No, we're. We're. I'm done. We say roommate. She said siblings. We say roommate. I live with people. We talk about roommates and we talk about relationships. And your rebuttal is your sisters and brothers. And you imagine that that's the same thing as living with somebody.
That killed me. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Pearl is unintended comedy. Like, this girl is so stupid and confidently stupid that when she speaks, you just be like, no way that she said that.
Is it good to get divorced over chores? Is that good for?
I mean, she did mention earlier that she had roommates in college. But still.
For society. Is that a good message? And this is what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, but this, but that, then don't get married. That's my argument. Why would you get married and take those vows?
Or how about this argument? If you're going to get married, do your fucking chores. How about that? If you're going to get married to somebody, do your labor. How about that? How about live up to your responsibilities, which are to do your part in a relationship? How about that? You're celebrating your aunt who decided to stay with a man who left her for another woman. You think that's a great thing? How about we encourage men not to leave their wives for another woman? How about that? Like this is such a manosphere grift. This is such a man-slanted grift where it's just like, why would these women quit? Why wouldn't these men put in the effort? Why wouldn't these women clean up after themselves in their marriages?
Because we're Cain.
You know what I mean? This is such a victim mentality. No, bitch, we're telling you to take accountability and do your fucking labor. Pick up your trash. Do your dishes, eat your food, and then wash them.
This is part of the reason why they say, you know, live with somebody before you get married to them. Because you get married to them, y'all get yourselves a house together. This might be the first time y'all living together. And then you find out who that person really is. You might find out the person that you're marrying is a complete slop. Fellas might want their woman to clean up after them and keep the house nice and tidy, but if you're a slop to the point where cleaning up after you is too much of a hassle because you're making a big mess every single day, instead of throwing your dang on pants in the laundry bin, you put them on the floor where you take them off. Instead of aiming for the toilet, you aim for the floor around it. If you're a nasty slop, ain't nobody gonna want to clean up after you all day, every day. And then if y'all have kids and they gotta clean up after the kids too, what? Move in with the person first, maybe. Just to get an idea of who they are and how they are.
wash the chicken before you eat it. But you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You get me? Yeah. If you care about me, why don't you just do your part? Like, she over there stressed because she got to do all this extra, and you sitting there on the couch.
Yeah, but he could be stressed because he has to take care of the yard.
Hey, I don't know if Just Pearls has ever did yard work before, but that can be quite therapeutic. You know?
There's no way. There's no way she said that.
She said that.
She said that?
She's 100%.
That's how you know this never done yard work. That's how you know. I've done my backyard before. That shit is not stressful.
Yo, Abba.
Ain't no way.
Yo, Abba, shit. Like, that's too much. I should go back.
What was it, the barbecue?
But I gotta mow the lawn.
For what, the 7th time this week?
No, it's once every 2 weeks, but after that I gotta pick some weed up. It's just too much.
I've never in my life heard somebody stress about mowing a lawn like this. Man, depending on the neighborhood, you might got somebody to come around and do that for you. Man, you know how many kids, little boys, done started lawn mowing services so that people in the neighborhood don't have to do it. They can just pay this kid to do it for them. Come on now. I'm Just Pearl's daddy probably never even mowed his own lawn. He had somebody to do it for him.
Stupid.
Full stress. Oh, my girl. Yard work is a choice. You don't have to have so many trees. You could hire someone to do it. You don't have to have so many bushes.
And it's cheap to hire.
It's a choice.
And it's cheap to hire someone.
Because you live in America. It's pretty cheap to hire someone.
One, it's cheap to hire someone for yard work. And 2, you don't have to do it that often. And 3, a lot of people don't have no fucking yards. To compare that to cooking, cleaning, and managing household chores for things that are limited to only some places is really stupid.
I ain't never had to do yard work except for when I worked as a landscaper. That was the only time I did yard work. I don't got a yard.
Assume that the women are in the right, and I just want to read marriage vows just to remember, because again, I take you, so and so, to be my wife/husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part.
Yeah, love and cherish. Don't forget that part. You know where you end up? Love and cherish. That dude was not loving her no more, and he left, and she was like, "Take me back." Yeah. Don't forget that part.
That was your potato aunt.
That was you.
She broke them vows.
But you were like, no.
Here's the other word: love and cherish.
Love and cherish.
You cherish somebody who you don't put an effort in for. How can somebody say they cherish this business but they never show up to their shifts? How can you say you cherish this business but I find out you not doing any of the work when you're on the shift? Is that cherishing somebody? Marriage is not just vows. It's labor you put in every day. And our point is, if you don't do the labor, then you're not actually holding your wedding vows. Just being present doesn't mean you're actually present. You actually have to be engaged. I can say I'm here.
Yo, Abba. Dude.
Am I really here? Have a child.
Hey, their timing, impeccable. Preach knew exactly what he was supposed to do. He understood the assignment just now. Come on now.
Let them try to talk to you and be on your phone your whole time. See if that child feels seen. Just because you're present doesn't mean you're really there.
I saw this with my cousins. My aunt was on her phone more than she paid any attention to them children.
You're present doesn't mean you're really there. And just because you took vows doesn't mean you actually upheld them. It ain't enough to sign a piece of paper. Bitch, you gotta work every single day.
Facts.
And that's what we saying people not doing. I'm not saying the women's telling the truth or the men's not telling the truth. I'm saying there's plenty of situations where the relationship is very, very uneven. And if you cherish somebody, you would try to make it more even.
Facts.
You would try to put in that effort.
Preach.
That mindset. What can they do for me? What about what you can do for them?
Chores.
Yeah. What can they do for me? What they agreed to. You acting like they got into a marriage and said, get a 7-figure salary. Oh, he's not doing his part. You're like, no. Take care of your shit. The basics. You a grown-ass person, can't clean or take care of yourself like a child. Have some self-respect.
If you're in a relationship, right, and the man earns more than the woman, all right, so the woman has chores to do, and the man has chores to do, all right, paying the bill, bringing the money, whatever, that's his chores, right, when he comes back home, whatever, mowing the lawn, housework, chores, all right, he has to do chores as well. Even if he earns more, you have to come back and just make sure that some things are, this is not good, I'm gonna fix that shit, whatever, this and that, whatever, whatnot, all right? Car breaks, he has to make sure that he fixes it, right? Calling the garage if he's not gonna do it, or he's gonna do it himself because he's gonna do, that's his chores. If he's there and even if he earns the money, but he doesn't do nothing, it's not gonna be viable. It's gonna last longer because he makes more money, but it's not, same thing for the woman. The woman has chores to do. If she ends up not doing her chores, like she earns less, he earns more, so she does this and that and what.
Hey. Yeah, I love how Abba walks away. He knows when preacher's about to go on a little tangent. He's like, "Yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk away for a moment."
Ever in the third, and she decided at one point not to do them, then it's gonna break up the marriage. That's it. It's normal for XYZ reason. Okay, it's just normal things. It's normal, right? Your aunt was doing her chores as well. If she stopped doing them, it would have been gone. That's it. Same thing for your mom. Same thing for your mom when your daddy was going to India. So yeah, it is. I don't even know what this is really that you're arguing and what those arguments are. But yeah, whatever. These channels. I don't think. Whatever. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Let us know what you guys think about Just Lonely Things and her comments. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, he keep calling this girl Just Lonely Things, man. He a fool for that. But anyway, y'all definitely leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe. See ya.